Welcome back to the National Hockey Centre here in Glasgow. Game 2 of our run of games today. We move into the women's competition. Although England have sewn up the title, these games are a good experience for all the sides involved. And the host nation Scotland are up against the Alliance GM team here. Alliance have got two sides involved in the competition. This is what you call their A team in this group of games that we have in this competition. Right, let's get to the sides. And for the Alliance GM, well, they have picked up 4 points. One of those was against their fellow Alliance team, but they did pick up a good point against the Alex Ladies, the secondary English side, who have been pretty good as well. They defeated Scotland narrowly yesterday. And the captain for the Alliance team is Ishbel Dickens, Marcus Kruger the manager. For Scotland, Maggie McLennan captain aside throughout the journey so far. Maureen Bathgate got their first goal of the competition yesterday, but it was just that narrow defeat. The Alex Ladies just had a little bit too much in the end. It was a 2-1 defeat, which was seen in our coverage. They have had narrow defeats, narrow defeat against the Netherlands as well. Just couldn't quite find a goal on that one, but they are learning all the time. This group who were fairly new and still coming all together and playing with as a side at this level. One or two other players to point out: Moira Anderson in the huddle there with number 14, Janice Moore as well, 13. Kyrene Scullion as well had 2 or 3 terrific runs yesterday, which tried to set something up for our side. They're having a big huddle there. Officials are Naomi Cato representing the Netherlands and Harriet Hanwell of Ireland. Not quite ready for a start yet. Now we are. Ishbel Dickens has been ensuring everyone's alright behind, with the goalkeeper Mary Sparenberg, who was just getting herself set for the Alliance as we are underway. Scotland in the white tops, Alliance in the light blue. If you're doing a coverage maybe later in the week, the Alliance side, a team across various levels of the competitions, men's, women's and the like, that are made up of players from around the globe, maybe with players who can't get a squad together from their own nation. So it's a very special club to be part of, team to be part of. Joe Reid getting the ball back here for Scotland, looking to get an early ball in towards the circle. Jane Neal was there. Bathgate. I did see just in the huddle just before we got started for the Scotland side, it looked like that there'll be no action, and the team, for one or two of the players, that looked like maybe picked up an injury or two.
Yeah, I'll stay here.
One of the notable absentees, it looks like, for Scotland, Charlotte Barrett was in a hoodie and wasn't involved in our playing gear. So So she will be lost in the heart of the defence, really, cleared away a lot of balls so far from a lot of the games, a lot of good work in defence. Here's a bug last throw now for Scotland, trying to flick it forward. There is another game taking place behind us on pitch 2, and England 2 have been excellent. Both English sides have been great, but England, the champions, are playing the other alliance side, the GGM team. Effectively, we could say, just by going by results, the B team. 1-0 up there already, thanks to Christina Levitt. Joan Hart's one of the goal scorers. The Lions have had, they've scored 3 goals in this competition. And it goes from Julie Neville. A wee by it goes. Scully did well to get out of that gap behind Das Moore. And it goes through for Reid. Good stuff there from Solly Walsh on the lines. Scottish free hit. Moore again. Just trickles away from Neil. Bathgate. Shane Wiggle let it go out. Went Scotland's way. Bathgate backed with McClellan. For Reid. Joan Hart's picking it back up though for the Lions. Neil Duncan scooping it for McClellan. Was given us a small little bit there from umpire, which was duly acknowledged by her. Wiggle. Up for McClellan. Shane Wiggle across. When safely away for the Scots. Aileen Smith doing her job. The Lions trying to build some pressure and momentum with the possession they've had. Douglas's ball cut out. Across to Deborah Wren. Flick back by Neil was a nice idea. Turnover back with Scotland. Support there, and light blue in the middle of the D for that snap ball in. Played almost 10 minutes. And it's a fairly even game. Maybe the Lions may be able to say that they're just shading it a little bit in terms of possession. Scullion's little looped ball just goes out of play. England, the winners this year of this competition again, and continuing to play at full pelt. They are a couple of goals up, in fact they're 3 goals up inside 11 minutes against the Lions. GGM. Carol Matravers, Christina Levitz, Mary Pawson all scoring. Scullion lost that and tried their best to get it back. Long player to Reid. Duncan for Bathgate. Scullion. Douglas. Moore's looking to thread it through. Link up that was. Neville taking it from Hart's pass, and Neville across the D and goal. And the original 1-2 link up did so well. Neville down the channel to deliver the ball in. And first real serious penetration into the D. It's been rewarded with a goal for the Lions GM. Nice little start that is for the Lions and the captain. Michelle Deckens in the right spot just to tap in. Two minutes left in the quarter. have tried to keep that alive. Scotland now having to chase. Jewellery doing well here. There's Neville again. Here's Dickens again. There's two out there. Wait, it's just about cleared. Flung across again, just behind a couple in light blue. Final chance possibly here for the Lions in the last few seconds, but it's going back to Moore, who's away down. Need to be something bit hope from Scullion, but runs into trouble. That'll be the end of the quarter. Lions GM have the lead thanks to that goal from Ishmael Dickens to tap in the captain, and it's 1-0 to the GM side here. Off we go then for the second quarter. Lions GM with the lead. And the second game of the day here from the women's side of the draw. Good to be covering this again. Great to have you on board with us wherever you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, across our social media platforms. Other games we've got on this pitch today. In the game at 12:20, it's the semi-final one of the tournament trophy for 60s. Alex Red against the Southern Cross Blue. Then there is action from the over 75 with Germany taking on the Lions. Then there's a crossover game as well with Wales and Spain narrowly missing out on the semi-final. Spain particularly in that shootout against Ireland. Wales had to beat the Dutch, which was always going to be a tough task to have any sort of chance. England are 4-0 up against the Lions GGM side. At half time, at the end of the first quarter rather, Christina Levitt scored twice. Matravers and Pawson with goals. 4-0 already. Swiped and won. Scotland now with more, but it's on a bit of a chase. We'll try and fling in for Mackie. Reid. Scullion was wanting it. One back throw by the Alliance. Another Doran's ball is lost. However, she does claim it back. Scully wins the free hit. More space open up here in the circle. Penalty corner to Scotland. First penalty corner of the game awarded. It's taken 4 minutes into the second quarter. Clarence McCloy want to inject here. All the Scots. Bathgate in the centre of the 5. Mackie just behind. McCloymont in. There's Bathgate. It's off the foot of the keeper. And Julie Boer trying to help it its way. Scully got a back throw. Bathgate just behind her. Here's Reid coming in. Pinch thrown away. Come the Lions on the break. And here's Joan Hart. 3 Racing two in the centre. This could be a breakaway goal. Keeper trying to do enough. Keating is still there, and well, by hook or by crook, somehow Scotland have not conceded a second goal. I think a bit of credit to Bam Buglas, who's caused all sorts of disruption in the defence to keep it away. And McGregor doing enough initially, and he somehow got the scramble. Lions ball. Ball's losing it. Here's McCloymont. Buglas down towards McCloymont. Two sticks getting clattered around over the last couple of minutes here on both sides. A foot race here, Sally Wallace looking to claim it back. Maybe the wrong option, flicked it left, and a bit more space for Joan Hart. Julie Neville across, and just by 10th for man Keating. Bathgate come to twist and turn away. Now Duncan for deployment. Buglas. Cross for a chasing Scullion. Might just railroad that line, just was by though. Climate couldn't get there. Buglas trying to wriggle the ball through. 6-0 England lead, by the way, now against the GGM Alliance team. McTaggart and Albury adding to the scoreboard. 8 to play in the game in that one in the second quarter. McClymont. Long corner. Marino getting in the way. More into McClymont. And good defending. Forward comes Duncan, thought. Mackey was looking to try and weave it in. Reid. Sliced away. Little Rygrin. I think that was the plan, but he's got to have it back again. McClymont on the turn. To the circle, Mackey. Sally Walsh trying to find the little gap there for the captain. Ishbel Dickens has scored the opening goal. Back in the 13th minute. We've just got 3.5 left until half time. Rain is still pouring down at the National Hockey Centre. I think you may well have the best view in the house at home watching our live coverage, but still a great amount of people here watching on. It's great to see and be around. The Lions looking to maybe cut Scotland open. Well, won't find Marino. Reid was back to cover, and now here's Von Wilson. Walsh takes. Flick from Keating. Marino back to Keating. Looks like it wrapped off a leg and a foot, and it will be a penalty corner. Lee Dickens to take the injection. First one for the Alliance GM team here. Comes Doran, flicked across. Marino's around, and Sting taken out of that. Douglas has to watch. Here's Bathgate. Scully's little flick, but comes back to the lines. Walsh, lovely ball. Neville just a little too much on it for Neville to reach. Boards ball. Keating trying to win it back. Swipe and a half there, Duncan losing out. They will find support in Keating. Cross was Walsh. Scotland gets it back. Final minute of the quarter, final minute until half time. Lance McClymont in space. Scotland still trailing here by a goal to nil. Off Marky's foot. Ball driven towards Macaulay Mount, who's worked hard to get it back. Penalty corner at the other end in the final few seconds for Scotland. So this is going to be the probably the last chance of the quarter. 14 seconds left on the clock. McLean want to inject here. Moore and Bathgate scullying all around the D, at the centre of the D. Moore, it's about a mistrap. Bathgate back to Moore. McLean turns and missed though by Wilson. And that will be the end of the quarter, end of the half, as the Lions GM have the lead through Ishbel Dickens' goal, the captain scoring. Great bleed in the wing, ball came to her and finished off well. So it is the Lions GM side who have the lead here. We'll be back shortly for the third quarter, half time, with some of the best of the action to look at. The Lions GM 1, Scotland 0. Welcome back underway for the third quarter. Scotland looking to come from behind after going a goal down, thanks to Ishmael Dickens at the end of the first quarter. It's just the one goal to nil margin for the GM side. The Lights GGM team are 9 adrift just into the third quarter. Goals flooding in for the English. A couple for Levitt and Masters, one for Matravers, Albury, McTaggart and Pawson. Here's Kyrie Scullion. White for McCloymont, for Halfgate rather I should say, but shouldn't keep it in a grasp. But Reid did well here to pick up. Scotland looking to get one back. A swipe clearance finds Ishmael Dickens though, the goal scorer. Not wriggling the scrum through for Dickens. Support coming in Anne Keating. Margaret White pinches that. Gets a free hit. Slightly obviously dangerous there from Margaret White, so fortunately for her that's a turnover. Shane Wiggles' ball only finds Jill Reid. McCloymont for a chasing Scullion. Has got gas. Neil. Off the stick of Wiggle. Looking to get it in, but it is cleared up towards Dickens. Not quite reaching Keating. Halfgate for Scullion. Scullion's ball wriggling further forward by McCloymont on the edge of the day. But that ends the Scotland move. Great run that was from Walsh. Oh, great pass. Joan Hart's been just taken it wide though. Back it comes to Walsh. And the way it goes out, just sound enough for defending from Scotland. Wren tried to get it in, the penalty corner signalled from the umpire. Ishmael Dickens to inject for the Alliance GM team. It's tracked for Doran. Crosses Wren and away off the line. Bathgate did enough. Scotland get the decision and get the ball back. Just the right one there by Doran, has got the advantage. Alliance GM have started well in this third quarter. Judy board. Scotland gets it back. Not for long. Wren trying to get it into the circle. Mackey will get it away to McCloymont. That's taken. Yeah, Wiggles pass caught, I think, everyone out in the line so that she got it back. Keating scrambling it away, not finding Wren. The ball just wriggled through away from Mackey. England now 10 goals up against the Alliance GGM team. A couple of further goals added, in fact 3 goals now added because it's now 11-0 in this third quarter. Barbara Oliver, Judith Masters and Christina Levitt completing her hat-trick. Ball down here to Neville. Similar kind of ball that got the opening goal just behind everyone throwing light blue. Young's ball is cut out. Rescue it for Scotland. Stick was coming in from Barbara Doran. Scullion taken out wide by Doran. Off light stick, and couldn't quite control. 5 minutes left in the quarter. Look at this for a break. 2, 3, 4 passes, and they're down the other end here. Ryan was trying to get it into the path. Mead though comes away with it for Scotland. All the hard work, but couldn't really get it into the circle with the line side. I think they might feel if they can get a second goal, that would probably finish the job. Though they beat their counterpart on the line side, they were looking to try and pick a win against one of the other sides that they face in the women's competition. Plymouth, it goes, but off Wilson. I think it came off her foot. Couldn't quite turn and get the stick to link up with the ball. Scullion, McCloymont, Scottish free hit. 2 minutes left, just over in the quarter. Clymont's ball only found in the lines player, and they'll have the ball. Getting for Walsh. Nino's ball filtered through for Wren. And from Neville. Turn from Keating. Thrashed away by Buglass. There's the hooter at the end of the third quarter. Alliance GM still have the lead, narrow lead, thanks to Ishmael Dickens' goal in the first quarter. Scotland have 50 minutes to see if they can get something from this. It is 1-0 to Alliance GM. Underway for the final quarter. Scotland get us back underway, and they are 50 minutes away from another defeat, another narrow defeat actually. Just lacking that real thrust of a goal. Got the first goal in the competition against Alex Reds through Maureen Bathgate yesterday. They only have one here just to back on level terms, take a result if anything. Scotland trying to wriggle this back into their side to try a next form of attack. I wonder if we'll see a mix up the jugular to try and go for it, but just struggling a little bit with out and out forwards. England aren't struggling against the other alliance side, the GGM team. 11 goals to the good. Another goal you think would seal it for the Lions as it comes across the circle, just not quite near the running Deborah Wren on the edge of the D. Was a good ball from Barbara Doran. Wren is absolutely lashing it down again. There was maybe a mini respite, you could say, earlier in this game, in the third quarter maybe, but it is torrential here today. I tell you what, big kudos to some of the sport that here, some of the players maybe not playing or playing elsewhere or just around supporting their sides. Real credit. I think the big gauge is the fact that the refreshments tent to our right is packed full of people. Sure, taking refreshments, but enjoying the hockey from a dry vantage point as well as those here in the stand. Lions with sustaining possession there. But still just the one goal cushion, but for 1-0 they are relatively comfortable. Walsh trying to get ball into the D. Clattering around. Dickens is trying to get it back. Todd from Wiggle. Sculling comes away with it for Scotland, forward towards Mackey. Might be a bit of a chance here if they can work a gap. Ferrero penalised. There's a couple of getting forward for Scotland. They'll have to try and attack another 8. Scullion across. Alliance ball. One marked by Walsh. These pitches are heavily watered, especially when it's a dry day weather-wise. But the pitch is really starting to soak up the water and leave. It begins with puddles. Absolutely torrential rain here. And was the forecast, but it's very much in view. Claymont. Giving away, McClaymont gets it back. Wilson in front. Mackey too, but taken by Wiggle. Not a good sign at 10 to 12 at lunchtime, but with the floodlights on. Look at the ball, it's not rolling quite as through as it anymore. Buglass could become a bit of a lottery if Scotland chasing the goal. Players keeping to their feet, which is a good sign. Not too much in terms of slipping around. Abdullah away from danger, board across for the lines. Deborah Wren. Down it goes, chasing. This is Anne Keating. Taking on Bathgate, getting round Bathgate, rolling up off the stick of Smith. Smith reclaims the ball. Ball wriggled up here. Dickens tried to control like a top juggler. Not quite enough, because if she did, she could have played that across Julie Neville's in there to try and make it number 2. Lights have scooped the back up Neville through the legs of Dickens. Reid trying to skiff it off Doran. McCloymont. Wren. Keating couldn't flick through. Mackey. Reid. 6.5 minutes left. And the drenched National Hockey Centre now. Why is GM still with this solitary goal? England have now scored 12 against the other Alliance side. Christina Levitt with her 4th. Turn for Ryan Keating. Bathgate getting in the way to disrupt. Anderson doing well, picking it off Walsh's pocket, getting the free hit. Now trying to skiff it forward. Mackey, well claimed, and whistles away well by Jane Neal. 5 to play in horrendous conditions. Good run that was from Dickens. Doran on the edge of the circle. Is it going to fall here for Keating? And that finishes it. And Keating makes it 2-0. It's not exactly rained goals, but it has been raining torrentially as the games went on. But little ball it flicked through, space opened up, and that seals the win. Scotland still trying to get themselves a goal. Jane Neal did well from the restart. 3 hits on the edge of the D. Reid. Neal once more. And that ends that move. Reid got it back. Moore through. Moore trying to pick up Anderson. The link up. Here is Anderson. All very tight in that spot. Bathgate. And it's going to go in. And well, there's still life in Scotland yet. Mackey celebrating. Second goal of the competition for Scotland. Goals seem to score when they go 2-0 down, don't they? Well, they've got one with just under 2 left on the clock. Mackey, 6 to 8 years of age in the squad. I think actually the other keeper that came on, Sheila Reid, is older. Is there a time left for a second Scotland goal? Smith comes back to Reid. 60 seconds left. So a bit tight and loose at the back, trying to get it away. Julie Neville, and keeper did really well. Enough to skip it away, and the defenders did the job. Ball's in a good position though for the side leading. Down in the corner, Doran. Into the circle, Bathgate away. Time is at the end, and it will be the win for Alliance GM. Scotland got their late goal, but it wasn't enough for them. Keating scoring with 4 to play did the damage. The second goal did the job for Alliance GM, and despite a great moment it was for John Mackey with a couple of minutes to play, the Alliance GM wound down the clock and they take the victory in this game here. Still a game left for Scotland against the other Alliance side. They may well be thinking that they should get a win out of that after England dominating and putting plenty of goals past the GGM team on pitch 2 behind us. In the end, finishing 13-0. Carol Matrevers getting her second at the end, so England winning 13 goals to 0 against the other Alliance side. Scotland play them on the final day on pitch 2 behind us. So we'll take a pause for now from here. Coming up next, we're going to move into the Tournament Trophy over 60 men's competition. We're into the semi-final stages, and on both pitches there is games. So our main focus on pitch 1 with the LX Red and it's a Southern Cross Blue. But from this one is the win for the Alliance GM here, beating Scotland by 2 goals to 1.